Hi 5th grade students, and welcome to this week's video lesson. Today we are going to be reviewing the C major scale as well as learning the beginning of a new song called Rockin' Strings. Now most of you will not have Rockin' Strings in your folder, so you're going to need to download the music from Google Classroom and print it. So the way you can find it on Google Classroom is by going to the classwork section. Scroll down to where it says sheet music and handouts, and you should see Rockin' Strings right there in Google Classroom. Be sure when you download the song that you download the version that matches the instrument that you played. And also, we will be reviewing the C scale, which we learned in the last video lesson. So if you missed last week's video lesson, I recommend that you hit pause on this video and you go back and watch last week's lesson first. This week's lesson is going to be a lot more meaningful if you watch last week's lesson first, okay? Well, let's begin. And we'll start by spelling the C major scale and playing the C major scale. So first, can you remember how many sharps there are in the C major scale? If you said none, you're correct. So let's spell the C major scale. We'll go from C to high C, which is an octave, and we'll spell all the letters in between, and we will not say the word sharp one time as we're spelling, okay? So here we go. Ready? C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. How did you do? Did you fluently spell all the way up? Let's do it 2 more times. Ready? Go. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Hopefully it was a little bit smoother that time. Well, you know what they say, 3rd time's a charm, so let's do it one last time. Ready? Begin. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Great work. Now let's find our first note. If you play the violin or viola, your first note is going to be 3rd finger on the G string. If you play the cello, it's going to be 4 fingers on the G string. If you play string bass, you'll start off with 2 fingers on the A string, okay? So set that first note, and let's do it once my turn, your turn. Ready? So here's the first note, C. Your turn. Now next note is D. Your turn. Next note is E. Your turn. Now F, not F sharp. Your turn. My turn, G. Your turn. My turn, A. Your turn. My turn, B. Your turn. My turn, low C, not C sharp. My turn, B, back down. Your turn. My turn, A. Your turn. My turn, G. Your turn. My turn, F. Your turn. My turn, E. Your turn. My turn, D. Your turn. My turn, C. How did you do? Did you remember all the notes and fingerings from last week? Especially, did you remember not to play F sharp or C sharp? Remember, it's a low 2nd finger for those notes, so you're not placing your finger on the F sharp note. You're playing it on the F or the C instead. Let's play the scale one more time, but instead of my turn, your turn, let's play it together, and let's switch over to a half note rhythm. So we're going to play the C major scale in half notes. Set your first note, 3rd finger if you play violin or viola, 4th finger if you play cello, and 2nd finger if you play string bass. Ready? 1, 2, C scale, half notes. letters. Did you remember all of the low F's and the low C's? Nice. Well, let's take a look at the new song. Hopefully you've gone on Google Classroom and you've printed it by now. And we're going to review some of the symbols that you see at the beginning of the line of music. So you can see my staff paper back here. As you know, depending on your instrument, you have one of these 3 clef signs to start off your song, always. And then after the clef sign, you see the stacked numbers, which we've talked about means this is called the time signature. It tells you how many beats are in the measure. Now, something we have not talked about yet in class is the symbol that appears between the clef and the time signature. So, you know, you may have noticed them before, but we've never talked about them. There's usually 2 sharps here in between the clef and the time signature, and this is called the key signature. So the numbers are the time signature, the sharps are the key signature. Now, the reason I haven't pointed out the key signature to you yet, it's always been there, I just haven't pointed out to you yet because up until this point, our key signature always had 2 sharps. And these 2 sharps are telling you to play all of the F's and the C's in the whole song as F sharp and C sharp. But now, if you take a look at the new song, Rockin' Strings, you should notice that there are no sharps between the clef and the time signature. It almost looks like the composer forgot to put a key signature in there, but they did not. As a matter of fact, this, no sharps, no flats, is a key signature. So when you see a song with no sharps in the key signature, it's telling you to play in the key of C major. So we're playing like our C scale with the low F's and the low C's instead of the F sharps and the C sharps. So the one thing you need to know when you play the song Rockin' Strings is that anytime you see an F and anytime you see a C, you're always playing it as F natural or C natural. You are not playing the sharps, okay? So take a look now at the very first measure of Rockin' Strings, and let's read the letter names in the song together, okay? Take a look at it. Ready? Read. A, B, B, C, C, B, B. Did you remember to say C instead of C sharp? Let's do it one more time. Ready? Go. A, B, B, C, C, B, B. And here's how it should sound on your instrument. Let's give it a try. Ready? My turn, your turn. Your turn, go. Did you remember to play the low C? Let me show you what it sounds like if you accidentally play a C sharp there, so you can look out for it, okay? If you accidentally play C sharp, it sounds like this. That is not the right sound for this song. We want it to sound like this. Can you hear the difference? Let's play measure number 1 again. My turn, your turn. Only this time let's pick up the tempo a little, play it a little faster. Ready? My turn. Your turn, ready, go. Were you able to catch it at that faster speed? Now, if you take a look at measure number 2, you'll see it's very similar to measure number 1. The pitches are the same. It's just that the rhythm's a little different. We actually have melted butter, popcorn. Let's play it. Measure 2. Same notes, different rhythm. My turn, your turn. You play it. Good. Let's do that one more time. My turn, measure 2. Your turn. So hopefully you're getting the feel for that low C note. If you take a look now at measure number 3, what do you see? Measure number 3 is the same as measure number 1. So we've already practiced measure number 1. We don't need to practice measure number 3 by itself. Let's skip over to measure number 4. Let's say the rhythms on ta's and t's for measure number 4. Are you ready? 1, 2, measure 4, say the ta's. Ta, ti, ti, ta. Again, ready, go. Ta, ti, ti, ta. So this is our first half note. You hold that first note long, slow bow, okay? Let's look at all the letter names in measure 4. So the first half note is an A. What's the next note? Did you say F? I hope you didn't say F sharp, right? So it's A to low F, not F sharp. And then what comes after the F? It's a D, and then after the D is an E. So it's A, F, D, E. Let's try it my turn, your turn. So this is measure number 4 of Rockin' String. Ready? Let's do it my turn, your turn a couple of times, at least twice. Go. Good. My turn. Measure 4 again. Go. All right, so now that you've tried all the patterns in the first line, measures 1 through 4, what I'd like for you to do is shadow play the entire first line of the song, measures 1 through 4, okay? Prepare for shadow playing. 1 and 2 and shadow play, go. Nice work. Did your fingers keep up in your bow too? Good. Did you remember the low second finger notes? Awesome. Well, let's play it now, measures 1 through 4 of Rockin' Strings together. So this time I'd like for you to play out loud with me. Ready? 1 and ready, go. For good practice, let's do it one more time. Same part, first 4 measures of Rockin' Strings. 1 and ready, begin. Excellent work, students. That concludes our video lesson for today, and I would like to remind you that the assignment this week is to record yourself playing the C major scale in half notes, just like we did earlier on in this video, and also the first 4 measures of Rockin' Strings. I know 4 measures doesn't seem like a lot to learn, but I really want you to focus in on these 4 measures and really polish them up as best you can and really show that you understand how to play the F and C, the low notes, okay? So really focus on the first 4 measures of the new song Rockin' Strings. Anyways, as always, it's great to see you. Keep up your practice, have fun, and I'll see you next time.